Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is Beat the Book. I am your boy, BigAL Bettor, and that is MattyBetts. Matt, how you doing? Welcome the people on into this video.
Welcome everybody into this video. Big Al, I'm doing great. We get to finally talk about bets again. This will be our second video that we'll be posting for futures bets. I couldn't be more excited. It's finally time to talk about how we think the season is going to go, not just for individual teams, but also for the whole entire league itself. In this video, what we're going to be doing, we're talking about future awards. So we're going Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. You guys know all the awards. You guys watch football every year. But we're going to be taking 1 to 3 picks for each of those categories, giving you our bets, giving you what we like, what we think, probably give you a little synopsis, giving you our reasoning too. I think that's a big deal when it comes to this. It's not like we're just giving you guys two names and being like, figure it out on your own and figure out why we like them. It's going to be more so a little bit more of a detailed breakdown of why we like the person. It may not take very long for some of these guys, and I don't think you guys want that either. If we're like, oh, rushing leader, and we say Saquon Barkley, I don't think that's very much of a shock. So, but for other players too that you guys might not have thought of, that's kind of just like the synopsis for the video that we're trying to go for right now.
Absolutely. We're just going to go ahead and hop into it. Last year when we did this got really long when it was like 50 minutes long. This one we're aiming for close to about a half hour. That we don't feel like that's too crazy to go along with. We got a ton of bets for you. Like on my slip alone, I don't know how many Matt has if he wrote them down, but I got about 40 different bets for you. These are all futures bets, preseason bets. We have our other one with our division winners, yada yada. Last year I made about 16% profit on my futures bets, so we're hoping to match that or exceed that again this year. So without further ado, Matt, let's go ahead and hop into this. We'll start with the number one category everybody seems to bet on more than others, which is the MVP. Matt, who do you have written down for your MVP? And then you can go through all of them and then just give me your
Okay, cool. So I only have two.
kind of sell it, but don't be too long-winded because we're trying to keep this a 30-minute.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like a couple of these picks that we both have, I feel like we could probably talk about them for 5 minutes apiece. That would definitely get us well over an hour. So,
Sure.
my first one that I have here for MVP, I think it's kind of obvious too. It's just a second breakout year for Jaden Daniels. He just gets better, does more. Jaden Daniels, his second year, wins the MVP. I don't think there's really much else to say about that. Obviously, proven talent from last year. The team, he carried him on his back for a lot of it too, just looked polished coming into the NFL. If he takes another step in the right direction, we could easily see him get an MVP vote, at least a couple, and pretty good chance of winning the MVP. My next one here is going to be Dak freaking Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, every single year, he's pretty good for about 4,000 yards and around 30 passing touchdowns. So if he
When
can,
he's healthy.
when he's healthy, so if he can stay healthy this year, which I mean, last year obviously wasn't. This year, if he can do that, he has an extra weapon now in the receiving game, and a George Pickens, a very young, might I add, George Pickens, and a very explosive and just a big beast too. So instead of just CD Lamb now, he also has somebody else on the other side of the field that he can throw to. So I think his numbers go up. And also the reason for this pick is they don't really have a run game right now. They don't. So with that being said, I think they're going to they're going to throw the football all game, every game, and he's going to have 40 to 50 passing attempts in every single game. I love that for Dak. Let's get him his first MVP.
Okay.
And odds there for Jaden Daniels is a plus 750. I didn't even say that, so I'll start saying that
Nope,
for all
you
of
didn't.
these. But it's a plus
Please do.
750 for Jaden Daniels. So like I said, he's kind of favorited up there. I think I want to say he's probably third, fourth, maybe even fifth on the list. Dak Prescott, though, that's the juicy one. That's at a plus 3,000.
Okay. Are those your only two picks? You just have two MVP
Like I
picks?
said, I only have two for the MVP.
Okay, got you. I don't hate that. I actually have one that you. Do you want to guess?
Yeah, but it's not Dak Prescott, I'll tell you that much.
Dak Prescott at plus 3,000.
No way.
Actual, yeah. Like you kind of said it. Dallas doesn't have anything else. I don't think Dallas is going to have a good year, but they might. And if they do, then I would like to have a Dak ticket for MVP in the back pocket. So that's why I'm doing it. My other two are, I think they're better picks. One is the same odds as Dak, which is Brock Purdy. I think he's going to have a great year. He had a great year, and they were talking about it for MVP 2 years ago when the Niners ran through everybody and then lost to the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. This last year, everybody got hurt, and Brock still played pretty good. So if you get all these healthy people back, you get a good run game, and Brock plays out of his mind, there's a chance he gets in there at plus 3,000. And then my other one, this guy's sneaky. I got Baker Mayfield at plus 2,500. I feel like it's great value. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards in both seasons with the Bucks, and he almost beat out Joe Burrow last year for touchdowns. So give me Baker here with hopefully his receiving core being healthy and not all falling apart throughout the season. And the third time taking this division, if Tampa Bay can go on a run here, give me Baker Mayfield at plus 2,500. I think he's got it in him.
I don't mind that play with
Right. Right.
he will lead the league. But we also saw and that's the only reason why Joe Burrow didn't get it, right? Led the league in passing yards and touchdowns, I'm pretty sure. So
Yep.
with that being said, the only reason he didn't get it is because they say it's an in-season award. It's definitely not, and he didn't take his team to the playoffs. He didn't win them games, even though he didn't lose them any. That's for sure. So I think he should have gotten it last year. So we'll see. But like we also know too, they've won this division 6 years in a row, 5 years in a row. So they'll make the playoffs.
It's been four.
Okay, so they'll still make the playoffs.
But yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So yeah,
And
I like that too.
If he's leading their team, and he's the reason why, and that's, you make a good point. It's like if Joe Burrow's team makes the playoffs, he gets that. I think they would have made him the MVP if they somehow made the playoffs. I think he would have won it. But Josh Allen's team had the second best record in the AFC, and that's why he got it, or third best, whatever it was. But okay, moving forward, what do you want to hop into now, Matt?
Up to you, dude. I'm down with whatever.
Let's jump to Coach of the Year. Let's get that one out of the way, huh?
All right, let's do it. You want me to start?
You started the last one. We'll just go back and forth. So for this one, I've got three coaches that I'm throwing down for Coach of the Year. First is going to be Matt LaFleur with the Green Bay Packers. I don't think he's ever won it, and it's a bit of a homer pick. So if you guys don't like it, then that's just kind of what it is. I expect Green Bay to have a really good season. I think if they do, that LaFleur will get a lot of credit. So I like LaFleur there at plus 2,000. Next, I like Brian Callahan at plus 2,200. He's the head coach for the Tennessee Titans. I think Tennessee's about to have a really good year and kind of blow some people's minds. So I think if they make the playoffs, which I'm not saying they're going to, even though I think they will, if they make the playoffs, I think Callahan would get it because he finally has a quarterback. And then my last one's going to be Mike McDonald at plus 2,000. He's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Last year, they went 8-9. I think they have a good chance to make the playoffs this year, and I think if they make the playoffs, he's a good candidate for, considering he took over for Pete Carroll.
Yeah, those aren't bad. Like the LaFleur pick, obviously, I don't think he'll ever win it.
Huh.
I just don't, unless you guys end up having like the best record in the NFC, then maybe he will. But
Sure.
If you guys don't have the number one seed and and get the bye, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
And it's just because the team's been so good since he's gotten there, and that kind of is just like cancels out all the good that he's done and the coaching that he's done the right way. The pick for the Titans, I also see it the same way. I don't see them making the playoffs at all. I don't think he'll get it. Then again, you do see coaches get Coach of the Year once they're the coach of a team, a brand new coach, especially for a team that has sucked, right? And the Titans last year had a terrible record. They won 3 games.
Worst record.
Yeah, worst record in the league. Take them worst to first. If they win that division, guaranteed he gets it.
Well, we don't guarantee things on this channel, but
I would definitely bet money that he would get it because that is what we do on this channel.
Sure.
And then Mike McDonald's a solid pick there too for Seattle. I mean, his first season he did pretty good over there, but it wasn't enough to win the division. So,
right.
And the teams in that division have just gotten better too. So I don't think
they're just savages.
Yeah, and I don't see them winning the division. So I don't think
actually I might be wrong. It might have been a 10-win season now that I'm thinking about it. Because the Rams barely won that. The Rams barely won it, and then a third, like 3/4 of the NFC North made it into the playoffs. So
well, yeah, it was. They both had the same record at 10-7. But that's why the Seattle got a win at the end of the year because the Rams didn't play their starters because they had one extra win. They knew even if they lost, they still would have won because of the tiebreaker. So,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the best pick here is Callahan for sure.
Right. I love the Callahan pick. All right, Matt, what do you got for Coach of the Year?
All right, I only got 2. I do have Dallas's head coach, Schottenheimer. It's his first season there. Dak is going to be back. They don't have a run game. They win the division. I think that he's definitely the front runner for it, especially
Okay.
because of the division that they play in. They play against the Eagles, and obviously the
And the
Eagles are
Commanders
favored.
now.
Well, and the Commanders. There you go. So obviously those two are favored over the Cowboys to actually win that division. He does that. Obviously, there's a lot to be said where Dak's finally back and healthy the whole year, but it's also like you did all of this without a run game. You inherited the team. I mean, it's not like they really had a bunch of draft picks that like are going to be able to like show up and show out. So I like that a lot. And then also my next one would be obviously this is the homer pick here too. Shane Steichen at plus 2,800. Oh, sorry, yeah, Schottenheimer's at plus 2,500. So two similar odds right there, 25 and 2,800. Steichen mainly for the reason that if they do win the division, I think he has a really good shot of getting it, just because Daniel Jones has sucked and he's the starting quarterback. If he is the starting quarterback the whole entire year, Steichen got a lot of hate for picking Daniel Jones as the starter. Like from all the fans, even like NFL analysts, like they all said you're making the wrong decision. And if he can take the Colts and win the division, I think he's got a really good shot of winning it. Just because we were 8-9 last year, and to take the division, especially away from the Texans, that says a lot with a quarterback that everybody said was washed and done with his career.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And your third pick?
I just have two.
Oh, you just have the two. Okay.
I just have two for all of these.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Sounds
have
good.
3 or 4.
Let's move to the fun categories. Let's head over the passing yard leaders. This is who's going to lead the league in passing for this year. Obviously, last year it was Joe Burrow. Who do we think is it going to be this year, Matt?
All right, we're going to go right back to the well here and put Dak Prescott in that conversation, just because their run game, their run game is not that great. Dak Prescott sitting there at plus 850. He's my favorite pick there for sure. Like I've already said enough about Dak Prescott. We don't have to talk about it anymore. And then my reach play here is going to be Jordan Love. And that's it's only because the weapons that they have, the receivers, they will come back at some point, which means he could definitely have the passing yards. And if anything happens to your guys' running back,
Josh Jacobs.
Yep, it's gonna just be the Jordan Love show. Happens, Lord forbid it does, but it's like Josh Jacobs is also an older running back, is he not? 29?
27.
Okay, whatever. I thought he was 27 last year, so I thought he'd be 29 this year. But still, we've seen younger running backs get injured too. But it's like, that's my reach play for a reason. It's at plus 2,000 there. So I like that just because of the amount of weapons and young talent that they have. And we see young players all the time have breakout years. And he has 4 candidates on that team that could have breakout years, especially with Matthew Golden right there in the team now.
And 2
Exactly. And one of them, Musgraves, wasn't even healthy last year, and the other tight end went off. So that was very valuable. So
Kraft was trucking people, dude. That was fun to watch. That was really fun to watch. Okay, I've got 3. I think this is the last category. I will have 3, 4 that you'll have 2 for, except like when we get way later down.
Yeah.
So I got Bo Nix at plus 4,000. I saw somebody talking about him. He threw for 3,200 or 3,500 last year. It was one of the two. So they expect, and he really came on strong in the second half. So they think if he starts the way that he ended, and Sutton was going off at the end of the season too, then he's a candidate for that. And plus 4,000, he's a big reach play. I also have Jordan Love at plus 2,000. Obviously, I'm a Packer fan, but you make a great point. If Josh Jacobs goes down, they're going to be pretty much relegated to that. And if Josh Jacobs doesn't go down, play action passes are great. And we got the fastest player in the draft, Matthew Golden. I think Love likes to throw the deep ball. I think he's going to throw. He's thrown more 20-plus completions than anybody else in the league last 2 years. So he likes throwing the ball deep, and he's going to get aggressive. He's like Favre, gunslinger. So I like Love there. And then my final one is a guy that I did take for MVP. It's going to be Baker Mayfield at plus 1,200. Like I said, both seasons so far in Tampa Bay, over 4,000 yards. I think last year he had 4,300. He was third behind Jared Goff and Joe Burrow. So give me Baker here at plus 1,200 to go off, and I don't think he has a chance to win an MVP if he's not going to be close in the top like passing yard leaders.
For sure, like if he has a chance to be the MVP, like you were thinking, then yeah, may as well throw him out there for passing yard leader too.
Absolutely. All right, let's move over to passing touchdowns. Matt, who's going to lead the league in passing touchdowns?
All right, I have 2, and they're both really big money here. Okay. And this kind of feeds into what you were just saying. His name's Jordan Love, plus 2,000. And I like him just surely off the play action. That's another reason, too. Josh Jacobs, a little underrated for his catching abilities, too. I
Sure,
would think so, at
sure.
least when he was over,
Got
in
his
Las
first receiving
Vegas.
touchdown last year.
Exactly. So this one is a little sketchy
Mm.
because of the lack of weapons. Lack of
Okay.
weapons, but I looked at the odds. I liked it. We've seen what this guy can do in his long, long career. We're going Aaron Rodgers at
Oh,
plus 3,000.
no way.
Why not?
You're throwing old A-Rod in there?
And I'm going to give you a real reason, too. Aaron Rodgers,
Okay.
I want to say, is the king of the checkdown.
I wouldn't say
Some
king.
people might say that, might consider that. I've
Sure.
heard it before. He has one of the best catching running backs in my opinion on his team in Jalen Warren, and I
Okay.
love Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren's a great talent. So give me a lot of checkdowns. Give me Jalen Warren to have like 10 receiving touchdowns would be crazy.
Okay. Okay. For mine, I just have the two. I've got Baker Mayfield again at plus 950. I think he's going to have another phenomenal year, and he was second behind uh, Joe Burrow, like I mentioned earlier. And then I also have Jordan at plus 2,000. I think like you said, I think Green Bay has tons of weapons. I think Matt LaFleur is a great coach, and I just think it's about to be an explosion of offense out of Green Bay this year. With that being said, Matt, let's go ahead and turn our attention to the rushing leaders. So we're going to go with rushing yards first, then we'll go rushing touchdowns. So I'll take this one since you started with the passers. For my rushing yards leaders, I just have two. I think Josh Jacobs has a chance to lead the league in rushing yards. He was third last year with 1,300, and obviously Saquon had the 2,000 and Derrick
Yeah.
Henry had the 1,900. But Josh Jacobs had 1,300 kind of quietly, and he came on really strong. I think he had 8 straight 100-yard games after the halfway point of the season. So he had a great season. So I like Josh Jacobs here to start the season a little faster than he ended the season or than he started last season. I like him. He's plus 2,000. And then I got Christian McCaffrey at plus 1,100. He's coming back from the injury. He's probably watched last year from the sideline as Saquon put up 2,000 and Derrick Henry put up what they put up. And with no Debo back there to be stealing touches from him, I think he's in for a massive
Yeah. Okay. I like the Christian McCaffrey pick a little
Sure.
bit. The reason I did not put him on mine is because this is a rushing. This isn't receiving. This is all pure
Sure.
rushing. I don't see McCaffrey doing that. McCaffrey catches the ball a lot. Um,
Sure.
so, yeah, I like the Josh Jacobs pick because he doesn't catch as many as like a Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Uh,
No.
I'll jump into mine. I do have the favorite or the second favorite actually on the
Sure.
list. It's only a
Derrick
plus
Henry.
400. Derrick Henry. It's too
Yep.
easy with that. Like he averaged I think it was 4 yards or 3.8 yards a carry before contact. That's just stupid. He
Sure.
gets a lot of yards on every single carry. Obviously, he has Lamar that he has to fight for the rushing yards, but we saw him do it last year. Like he was right there. So
Yeah, and he
I
started
have
slow.
exactly. So I like that right there. And then my second one will be Jonathan Taylor at plus 1,000. We've seen him do it before.
Okay.
Obviously, we had other people get injured, but Jonathan Taylor doesn't catch the ball a ton. He's not really a receiving running back, more of a power back, finesse back. So I like Jonathan Taylor there at plus 1,000, especially with this
I,
offense too.
right. With Daniel Jones being able to play action, and you don't know if he's keeping it or if they're handing it off, that could create some mismatches. Absolutely. I will throw in there for the Josh Jacobs pick. He led the league in rushing the year after Jonathan Taylor did. So there is that, and that was
Yeah,
a
that's
great
right.
run
You're
out of
right.
Cleveland
Yeah.
offense. So and you get double the odds up for him versus Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to rushing touchdowns. I just have two for this as well. I've got your boy Derrick Henry at plus 450. I think he is the favorite. He did lead the league last year. I think he beat Jalen Hurts by one, I believe, was
Mm-hmm.
the number. And then I've got Jahmyr Gibbs at plus 1,000. I think with the way Detroit has changed their coordinators, I think they're going to lean a lot more on the run because I think MCDC, defensive guy, he's going to be like, let's run the ball, man. And I don't know if Jared Goff is going to have as good of a passing year without Ben Johnson there with all the creativity, but you can always run the ball if you have a good O-line. So give me Gibbs at plus 1,000 to lead in rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, so I will say just to preface first, I also do have Derrick Henry there at plus 450. I will say though, I hate the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. Hate it just
Mm,
because a lot of people forget he's a receiving running back, so I don't think he'll ever have that many rushing touchdowns. And also the fact that people seem to forgetting Derek or David Montgomery is still there,
mm-hmm.
and everybody keeps thinking that he's just non-existent. And it's like he had more rushing touchdowns last year than Gibbs did. So people like to forget that Montgomery literally gets the bulk of the workload. People have talked, like analysts and stuff like that. They say that, oh, the new OC was like, oh yeah, we're really going to use Gibbs a lot. It's like, yeah, but you're going to use him as a weapon as opposed to like your ground and pound back. Like that's still David Montgomery's job. He's still the bigger back. So that's the only reason why I don't like that pick. So I'm very against it, but I can also see why you'd take him because he is explosive,
Sure.
electric, and all of that.
I guess the only counter to me for me it would just be not to cut you off, but the only counter that I have is like every year Gibbs has been in this offense, he's taken more of the offensive share. Like I get Montgomery had more than him last year, but Montgomery like is getting older.
He is. That's not a bad take, but it's just the fact that like this is rushing touchdowns and like he's going to
Sure.
be catching a lot of them. I think.
Okay.
So I said that I had Derrick Henry. My second one for rushing touchdown leaders. I think you're going to like this one too. Plus 1,000, Kyren Williams.
Mm.
Good old Kyren for the Los Angeles Rams. I just think that there is a high chance here. Like, obviously not a high chance, but there is a chance that Stafford misses some time this year. He missed a lot of the offseason with a back injury. So we'll see. He's back at camp. He should be good to go. But I could definitely see him getting injured. And if he does, this whole entire offense is going to be Kyren, I think. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So that's my take right there for the rushing touchdown leaders.
I like Kyren Williams. Obviously, I already have Derek, so we don't have to talk about that. But I like Kyren. I don't know if he's going to be able to get enough touchdowns to lead the whole league, but I think Kyren's a great running back. All right.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, let's head on over to the reception leaders, reception yards, reception touchdowns. We're not doing triple crown, so we're not doing the receptions, just the yards and the touchdowns. Matt, you're going to take this whole category. So, who you like for the reception yard leaders in the league?
We're taking this whole category. What do you mean? I'm just going
Like
off
you'll go
first.
first for yards, and then you'll go first when we get the touchdowns.
Okay, that's fine by me. Receptions leaders, we got plus 1,000 CD Lamb for all the reasons that we've talked about Dak Prescott, that we think he could be the passing yard leader, maybe even the passing touchdowns leader. Definitely like CD Lamb here at plus 1,000. And then next, we're going to go with a guy that's done it before. He's done it before. Why can't he do it again? Why? Because he's a little bit older now. We're going with Tyreek Hill, plus 1,500. Fastest man in the NFL.
Is he still? That's the real question.
I mean, from when he was healthy last year, he still was. And the only thing that he actually hurt last year was his wrist. That's why he dropped
Okay.
a lot of balls, didn't have, as great of a receptions as he normally does. So I like Tyreek Hill at plus 1,500. We know who he is. We know what he is. Like, this is all just riding on if Tua stays healthy the whole year. But
Of course.
mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take one of the top guys. I don't know if he's top two, but I think he's top four. I'm gonna take Nico Collins at plus 750. He's had over 1,000 yards both his first two seasons, and last year he got hurt and he still had over 1,000 yards. He's a beast. And if the Texans are good, I mean, they don't even really have to be good for him to get his yards, but he has been a savage, and I expect that to continue. So I like Nico Collins at a plus 750, be able to lead the league in receiving yards. And then my second pick is going to be Puka Nacua for the Rams. If Stafford stays healthy, we know what he's about. And all Puka Nacua has done since he came into this league is just usurp Cooper Kupp. And basically get him kicked out of LA is what he did. He's taller, he's faster, and he's a stud when he's on the field. He had a great year last year, even though he missed whatever that was, 5 or 6 games. The minute he comes back, the Rams just start winning games. And obviously Cooper Kupp came back at the same time. But give me Puka Nacua at plus 1,100. I feel like there's a lot of value with that pick.
Well, there definitely is too, especially now that Cooper Cup's not there. That connection with Stafford is only him and Nakua now. And
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams is going to take a lot of pressure off of Puka, especially if, like, the first couple weeks, he's just lighting people up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, I like that pick. I do.
Okay. Moving on, let's go to reception touchdowns.
All right, here we go. Right back to the well, baby. CD Lamb. CD Lamb at plus 1,200. I didn't want to contradict myself and take the same guys, but it's like it makes sense. Like if they have a chance to
Sure.
lead in receptions, they have a chance to lead in touchdowns. Then the next one is one of the best receivers in the league. Still get him at a plus 1,000 though, and that's because of the question mark at quarterback. Give me Justin Jefferson. Give me Justin
Is that
Jefferson to lead in
1,100?
touchdowns. It's a plus 1,000.
Okay. I
JJ
don't mind the
McCarthy is
Justin
good.
Jefferson.
I mean, Justin Jefferson's the guy over there. So, yeah, give me Justin Jefferson.
I almost threw down a JJ myself. Justin Jefferson, not McCarthy. But I decided to go with a guy that's right at the same area. I'm going with Mike Evans for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris Godwin's not expected back, I think, till week 5, maybe week 6. It's going to be Mike Evans, Agubuka guy. How do you say his name, Matt?
I could,
Abuka?
yeah, Mika Abuke, or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And then probably just their tight end, which I forget his name, but he was a
Kate
beast this year.
Otten.
Kate Otten, yeah. But give me Mike Evans here. I mean, he had 13 touchdowns last season, and like I think he was 4th, and he missed those 4 or 5 games. So if he actually has a full season, we know he's going to be good for 1,000 yards, and then yeah, give me him a chance to lead the league in touchdowns. Next, I'm going Terry McLaurin at plus 1,300. Obviously, just signed that new deal with the Commanders. We saw what Jaden Daniels and him did last season. They're only going to build on it, and he's been a nothing but 1,000-yard receiver with random quarterbacks. How much more so in a second year with a quarterback that's a stud? So give me McLaurin at plus 1,300. I feel like once again, like with the Puka pick, there's a lot of value there. It may not happen, but like you're getting great odds for what the potential of that could be, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I like the Mike Evans pick too, just because he is the most reliable receiver on that team, and Godwin's going to miss time.
Right.
So it's
So
going to
like
be
yeah,
Mike
maybe you go
Evans.
to maybe the other guys pick up the slack in the middle of the field or whatever. But I think when you get to red zone, you're looking number 13's way, and he's going to be open.
It's him and Kate Otten when you're in the red zone if you're throwing the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolutely. And
like that pick a lot.
Baker looks his way often, so I like
hmm
that a lot. All right, let's head on over to comeback player of the year.
I did not write that down, so I'm just going to kind
Oh,
of yeah. You can go ahead and go for it.
okay. I'm taking Aiden Hutchinson at plus 275. He is the heavy favorite. If he comes back and has a great year, then you expect nothing less than that. And then my reach play is going to be JJ McCarthy, 1,000. He didn't play at all last year, and he was injured. So if he has a great season, I could see them giving it to
Oh, for
him. Moving
sure.
forward, since you didn't have that one, we'll just go ahead and roll on down to let's do rookie offensive player of the year.
Okay, offensive rookie of the year. Proper way of saying it. Offensive rookie of the year. I am going to go with my Colts guy, Tyler Warren. He's
Okay.
sitting there at plus 2,200. Obviously, the tight end that we drafted. Should be a lot, especially now that Daniel Jones is the quarterback. He can hit all the throws. We've seen that as opposed to
Okay.
Richardson. So it just bumps
Yep.
up Warren even more, in my opinion. So Warren definitely could have a 1,000-yard season. We'll see if he can actually keep up with the last 2 years that we've seen these rookie tight ends. Next one I'm going with is a Panthers wide receiver, Teteroa McMillan.
I like that
He is
pick a
sitting
lot.
there at plus 1,600. So uh,
hmm
if he just builds on that, I could see this guy going off for 1,400 yards in his rookie year.
Okay. Okay. I've got two. I'm taking the favorite. I'm taking Cam Ward at plus 350. If he wins it, you're still going to win because I only have 2 picks. You're still going to make money. He is the favorite for a reason. If he's good, Titans are going to win a lot of games, and he's going to win. My second's going to be O'Marion Hampton. He's the new running back for the San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers.
hmm
He's at plus 850. Apparently, he's a bell cow. He's a beast, and Harbaugh's going to want to run the ball a lot. And J.K. Dobbins left, so I believe J.K. Dobbins went to Denver. So he should be the guy, and Harbaugh's going to run the ball a lot. So I like him there at plus 850. Feels like pretty good value.
Yeah, he should be, in my opinion, he should have a really good year. Especially the reason that they got rid of Dobbins is because he's there and he looks great. So,
Right.
for sure. All right,
All right,
all
let's
right.
go to defensive rookie of the year. Did I say that properly?
You did. Good job.
Come on now.
Defensive rookie of the year. We're taking the low hanging fruit here. We're going to go Travis Hunter at plus 1,000.
Okay.
I think just for the upside that he is very good as defensive on the defensive side of the ball, which I think he will be better defensively than he will be offensively.
Sure.
Yeah, and then last but not least, we're going with the Bengals' new rookie, their new toy at plus
Shador
2,500.
or
What?
Shamar.
Shamar Stewart at plus 2,500. When you're getting, obviously, he hasn't really been taught much by
Trey.
But yeah, by Trey Hendrickson because he's been holding in. But at the same time, too, like there's still a chance for him to build on that. And obviously, the coach is over there. Obviously, the defensive coordinator isn't there anymore. But like he's still going to be learning during the season. And as long as he has a great second half of the season and he can actually stack up sacks, when you have Trey on the other side or next to him, whatever, that's taken away a lot of that pressure and a lot of those double teams are going to him. This guy can just sneak right through and get a lot of sacks. So I like those two.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to take the favorite, which is Abdul Carter at plus 225, the new, I believe he's a sack guy. He's for the Giants. And then I'm also taking Travis Hunter at plus 1,000. I believe they're the top two on the list. So I guess I'm kind of taking low-hanging fruit too. But Travis Hunter, if he is a good two-way player alone, he's going to, he'll just be in the news a lot. And then on top of that, if he's able to get, I think if he gets 4 interceptions on the season, he's going to be considered one of the top runners. So that's the two I like there. With that being said, I mean, rookie of the year is kind of like one of those boring categories. We should have just waited for the end for that one. But let's go to defensive player of the year, the DPOY. Matt, who do you got getting defensive player of the year?
All right, my first one's Micah Parsons at plus 750. I believe he is the second or third favorite on this list, might be the fourth. But Micah Parsons at plus 750, and I think that's only like my reason behind it is obviously he's a stud when he's on Dallas. There's rumors that he might get traded. If he does get traded to another team, makes them a Super Bowl contender, depending on where he goes, obviously you can't make a bad team a good team. But I like those odds right there, especially just because he can go and wreak havoc somewhere else if he has to. My next one is Broncos should have a number one defense. I got to take a Bronco. We're going to plus 4,000 Nick Bonito. Let's go, baby.
I
Come
like
on,
it.
Nick. I know.
I like it. I like it. Those are your two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got tried and true classic. I think he's won it 3 times. TJ Watt at plus 950, getting almost plus 1,000 on
Wide.
TJ Watt is insane. TJ Watt. I've got Aiden Hutchinson coming back at plus 700. I believe he's the favorite, or he's second behind Myles Garrett. And then my third one, this is my reach. I like your Benito pick. I almost reached for Jared Verse. Right?
I almost did too. I thought about it.
But who I'm taking is the guy for the Eagles, Jalen Carter at plus 2,200. Obviously, beast up the middle, and if he wreaks havoc like he did last year, and the Eagles have an incredible season again, he's going to be in the running for it. So give me Jalen Carter at plus 2,200. He's kind of my big reach, but T.J. Watt and Hutch are kind of like the quote unquote, favorites, if you will. They're way higher up that list.
Big reach, but also a
Let's
big boy. That guy is a massive.
who?
The Jalen Carter, he is
Oh,
massive.
he's just a bull in a china shop, dude. He's
Yep.
insane. He's the reason that they beat the Rams because he's the one that got the pressure on Stafford that made him throw that ball out of bounds to Puka on the sideline in that game. All right, let's move over to Offensive Player of the Year, Matt. Who do you think wins Offensive Player of the Year? Obviously, we're coming off the Saquon Barkley 2,000 plus rushing yard season. Who do you think takes the mantle?
All right, I got two here. First one, plus 1,400, Bijan Robinson.
Ooh, okay. I was
You've
wondering if
heard
any
nothing.
of us were going to take B.
Yeah, you've heard nothing but good things out of camp from him, and obviously we've seen the past couple of years. He's been good. I don't think he's been great, but it's like
Agreed.
you're only good for so long until you have that season where you are great. We saw it, like you were saying earlier, when we saw Jonathan Taylor. He had his breakout year. We also Josh Jacobs had his breakout year, and now we get it. Just seems like the right time for Bijan, so we'll take him at plus 1,400. And then next we have, I would say, the tried and true. Anytime he's healthy, he's a game wrecker. Christian McCaffrey at plus 2,000.
Which just feels like too much value, doesn't it? It's like, how do you not take it when you're getting 20 times your bet if he wins it?
Exactly. Like, it's kind of stupid, in my opinion, that you're getting so much on him when he is healthy
And
this
let's
year.
say he goes for 1,200 rushing yards, and he goes for 100. If he stays healthy, like you said.
Yeah, he has to be in the running, in my opinion.
Right.
What are
So
yours?
I also have McCaffrey at plus 2,000 because, like I said, it's too much value. I took Gibbs at plus 1,000 because, like you were saying earlier, when I brought him up for rush touchdowns, he's not going to have a bad year, and he does catch the ball too. He's a Christian McCaffrey-esque type player. And then my final one's going to be Nico Collins at plus 2,000. I think he's got a good chance if he does lead the league in receiving yards, to get it because if Saquon doesn't go for all the things he did, like Chase was in the running for Offensive Player of the Year as well. So
Yeah.
I like Nico Collins there at plus 2,000.
Alrighty.
Okay, I think we covered pretty much everything unless I missed something, right, Matt?
Nope, that's all
That's
the
all
ones
the
that we had written
categories.
down, yeah.
Okay, so then I'm just going to go into my final thing here, Matt. I don't know if you have any extra kind of bets written down. These ones don't play as crazy as like a plus 12,000 or a plus 1400 or whatever. These are more just kind of straight money bets, and they're season totals for certain players. So I'll go through them. I got 8 of them.
Okay,
Um,
let me cut you off there real quick because
go for it.
I'll stick. I just have one, and we're just gonna go with like the plus money plays. You said you didn't have any that were really like a ton of plus money. I have two plus 2,000
Okay.
plus 3,500. We're going most pass interceptions
Sheesh.
this year.
Okay.
Most a quarterback to throw the most interceptions. First off, we're going plus 2,000 Geno Smith. New
Wow.
team over in the Raiders. Raiders, they should be in every game, even if Geno has a bad year. Geno could easily have a bad year. They could still win games because of the running game that they have. So give me Geno there at plus 2,000, just in a brand new system. Obviously, it's not a brand new system, but it's a brand new team, brand new weapons. So I like that
Okay.
there, and also a brand new O line, too. So and then my next one is Bryce Young at plus 3,500.
Bryce Young at plus 3,500 to throw the most interceptions.
Yep, I was going to put Daniel Jones on here. I was going to,
Mm,
but there's a chance he
but
gets
then he was
benched
the starter.
halfway through the season.
Oh, that too. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so why would I take somebody who has a chance getting benched? I don't think Geno Smith's getting benched throughout the whole season. I don't think Bryce Young is either. Bryce Young's a future
Yeah.
over there for the Carolina.
Yeah, he for sure is. And even if he throws a lot of picks, he's going to throw some touchdowns. So I think he'll keep
Yep.
it competitive.
Yeah, so
Okay,
those are
let me
my
go
two.
ahead and go. Okay, I don't love him, but at the same time, it's like I took Jan Jones last year for most interceptions. He threw like 5 in preseason, and I was like, this
Yeah.
guy's about to throw so many when it matters. And then he got benched halfway through the season, and then he was on the Vikings practice squad or whatever, so it didn't end up mattering. All right, let me just go ahead and hop through these. The first one I have is one I gave last year that did hit. It's the Bears to miss the playoffs. That's a minus 195. A lot of hype around it. It's still minus 200, so you only get half your money back basically. If you throw 10 down, you're getting 5 back, so it's a $15 win. But give me the Bears to miss the playoffs at minus 195. I don't trust this Ben Johnson era. You're paying a little bit of juice, but whatever. Next, it's going to be the Saints to have the fewest wins. We went through the schedules. I came up with the Saints with the worst record, so I like them. That's a plus 400 play, so that's the highest one I have of all these 8. So love that. Next, I'm gonna go Terry McLaurin over 1,000.5 receiving yards. That is just his line on the book. If you go look up season totals for players, Terry McLaurin over 1,000.5 receiving yards. He's done that in 5 straight seasons, and in all those seasons, he's had a different quarterback. This is the first time he's gonna have a quarterback that's been the same quarterback, so I expect him to do it again. Next, we got Patrick Mahomes over 27.5 touchdowns. He's done that in all of his seasons except for the last 2. The last 2, he didn't get to this number. Other than that, he's gone over this number every single time. So you can take those 2 as the defensive years, the aberration. This year, he's got a more loaded receiving core, and those 2 years were the first 2 years without Tyreek. So I like Mahomes over 28 touchdowns. Basically, he needs to get to 28. Next, I like Jordan Love over 3,600.5 passing yards. His first season as the starter, he threw for 4,200. Last year, he threw for 3,300 and he missed 2 games. So you give him 2 games, I think he gets 300 yards combined. He would have crossed this last year, and that was kind of a down year where he's injured a lot. So I like that a lot. Last 3, I guess here. I got Aaron Rodgers over 3,200 passing yards. He threw for 3,800 last season in a bad offense with the Jets, and he threw for 28 touchdowns. I didn't look at his touchdown line, but I like his over 3,200 passing yards. He's got DK Metcalf now, and he's got more of a cohesive team, unlike this Jets team that was just all over the place. So I like Aaron Rodgers for that. Feels like a low bar for him to hit. And then I like Josh Jacobs over 1,050.5 rushing yards. Obviously, he went for 1,300 last season. He's been the league leader. I think he'll do even better in year 2 in Green Bay versus just year 1. And my last pick is going to be Lamar Jackson over 750.5 rushing yards. He needs to get to 751 rushing yards on the year. He's done this for 6 straight seasons, so it just feels like easy money. Most of these on your books shop around. Most of them are about minus 115, so it's a little over like a straight money bet.
Okay, that's not bad. Let's go through these a little bit. Bears miss the playoffs. That seems like the easy picking fruit if you want to. The low
Sure.
hanging fruit. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, Saints having the fewest wins. That one could be dicey near the end of the season. You never know.
Sure. Depending on which other teams just choose to not show up this season. Yeah.
Very true. Terry McLaurin, I like that a lot. Over 1,000.5, that's fine. Mahomes,
Five straight years.
exactly. Like that'd be like taking Mike Evans over 1,000 yards, except for the
Mm-hmm.
fact that the odds on that are going to be like minus 700, so or minus 400. So it's going to be stupid on that one. Um, the Mahomes over, I'm not even going to talk about that one because you're obviously higher on Mahomes than I am. So
Okay.
I don't really have much to say about
Fair.
that one. Jordan Love over the 3,600 yards for sure, just because we think that he could lead the league in passing yards. So I
Right.
like that one a lot. Rodgers over 3,200. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, he needs 200 passing yards every week. That's it. I
If
mean,
he gets 200 every week, that's 3,600 yards.
exactly. So he easily gets there.
Well, I guess there's only 17 weeks, but yeah, you get it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I think that he can easily get there. Like that pick a lot. Josh Jacobs over 1,050. That's fine. Uh, Lamar Jackson. That's the only one that would worry me, just if he got injured. But I mean, he's done it like you said. What, 6 straight years?
And he's had years where he didn't play the whole season and he still hit it.
So yeah, I like all of those picks, and if they're all straight money bets, I mean, you can't go wrong there.
They're all straight money or slightly over straight. Like you're talking like a -115 to a -120. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty close to straight money. And I think you're probably cashing at least half of them.
Oh, for sure. At
So
least I see you catching probably
most
70%.
of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm cashing most of these. So anyway, that's what I like, Matt. If there's nothing else, we'll just sign off here.
We
Let the
can
people
sign
get
off.
back to their day.
We went a
But
little bit longer than we wanted to, but that's fine.
These things happen. Second year doing this. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did make it to the end, drop a comment below, letting us know, what you thought, what your favorite bet is, what you're betting, what we kind of didn't show you, what we missed, whatever. That's all I've got. Matt, anything else to say to the fine people?
I'll say what we always say on this. Remember to protect the bag and beat the book. Until next video, we'll see you guys for that'll be our week one,
That'll
Thursday
be
Night Football.
Eagles, Dallas, baby. Game
Eagles and
1.
Cowboys. We'll have a parlay for you guys. We'll have our picks for the game. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Until then, BigAL, I will see you then. And fine viewers at home, we'll see you guys in the next video.